I think we're live. What's up, beautiful people? My name is Derek Standifer, aka Ayana's daddy, aka Derek Jr.'s papa, aka my parents' son. First off, I want to thank y'all for tuning in with Solve It Sundays. Our guest is the amazing Jian Jones, mother of the PMD clique, FAMU professor, PhD student, the number one wellness expert in the world, Craig. Can y'all give it up for Miss Jian Jones? That's on. Jian, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Derek Standifer?
I'm blessed and highly favored. I made the wake up list this morning. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
That's
ma'am.
good. I did too. I'm glad to be on that list with you.
Yeah. Before we get started, can we get some background information about who you are, what you do, and why you do it, good ma'am?
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna try to keep it short. So my name is Jian Mayola Jones. Yes, I did give you my whole government. I am from Tallahassee, Florida, by way of Pelham, Georgia. It's this small town in Mitchell. We say Mitchell, but Mitchell County in South Rural Georgia. I am the daughter of Gloria C. Jones. She is to me, a legendary person at Florida A&M University, which is why I have followed in her footsteps and started to teach at Florida A&M University. My foundation in terms of education is in exercise science, health promotion, occupation and wellness. I'm an occupational therapist. I have built upon that career and went into the psychosocial aspect of occupational therapy. So I am a transformational coach. I combine the components, the mental health components of occupational therapy with life coaching, and that is where the transformational coaching comes in. But I'm also a fitness enthusiast. From a very young age, my mom told me that I've been coaching her. I wanted her to do abs. I wanted her to go walking from a very young age. So with that being said, put on top of the couple that's out at already combined, I decided to coin myself the number one wellness expert in the world in order to work towards that. There's other wellness people that I believe are, of course, way more ahead of me, know a lot more, and they serve as my mentors. They just don't know it yet. I have three children, PMD clique, Philip, Miles, and Duke, three wonderful, bouncing, busy boys. What else? I'm an author of Rainbow and the Starlit Sky. I'm a hip hop scholar. I am a doctoral candidate. You remind me all the time to not forget about that. So yeah, I think that's a good to talk about.
That's a good little amount. Yeah. We'll be here all day and we had to highlight all the accolades that this woman has accomplished in her lifetime. All right. So you ready to get started into solving the twists and turns of life?
Right. So I am ready to get started. Can we make sure that I got a text message, sorry, that someone said that the video says it's private. So can we make sure that's public to everybody?
Video says it's private.
Yeah. Not sure why, but we can keep going. I just wanted to give you that heads up.
PhD student. Thank you for that. That's on my page is public, so
okay, cool.
Edit privacy. Oh, it was. Thank you for that too.
You're welcome.
All right. So the first step of solving the Rubik's Cube, the first step of solving life is to believe. AP, what are your beliefs? One, it's a two-part question. What are your beliefs? And two, how do you strengthen your beliefs to accomplish your goals and your dreams and your aspirations?
Okay, so my beliefs are innate. I have always been a super optimistic, confident person, but I haven't been confident in public. I had low self-esteem when it came to everyone else, but in my own personal space, I was confident. My mom and my brother instilled confidence within me. They would tell me every single day that I was beautiful, I was smart, and that I was talented. So affirming myself, which is a part of my belief, actually started from a very young age with my mom and my brother. My brother is a role model of mine. I'll probably mention him a few times during this show, but he used hip hop as a way to give me confidence. He let me know that there are people out there that are talking about really dope things that look just like you, and not just from the male point of view, but he made sure that I knew about female MCs. So my belief, one was innate. I feel like I was born with a certain level of belief, but my mom and my brother played a huge part in helping me evolve that belief and that confidence within myself with who I authentically
am. That's what's up. And a part of that belief, a part of step one, what are your goals, dreams, and your aspirations? What do you see yourself headed to?
Oh, the number one wellness expert in the world with a world renowned or renowned facility, site, and social media space called the Transformation Place, where people actually come and be transformed by the renewing of their mind. Of course, starting with belief, as you would say, but I would call it confidence. Confidence that you can shift your perspective to see and view the world the way that you really need to view it in order to propel to your highest destiny, which is a part of press and fly. Press through your obstacles so that you can so that you can fly towards your destiny. So my goals, dreams, and aspirations have to do with my overall vision of becoming the number one wellness expert in the world.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And you already on that path. You know, you do motivational Mondays. You do morning cardio with Jian Jones. A lot of people come to you about my mindfulness tips and
Yeah.
health tips and fitness tips. You're that go-to person when people think of mindfulness. You know, all of our professors they send you the article. So you know, yeah, that's dope that you branded yourself as that number one wellness expert in the world. All right. So after we pick the Rubik's Cube up, after we believe that we can
Mhm.
accomplish our goals and our dreams and our aspirations, step number two of solving the Rubik's Cube, step number two of solving life is to solve your cross. Now, solving your
Mm.
cross is identifying the reasons and the whys why you must make your goals and your dreams and your aspirations come true. AP, how do you solve your cross? What are your reasons? What are your whys in becoming the number one wellness expert in the world?
My whys are, of course, to fulfill the legacy, the destiny that I was sent here to fulfill. That's one. I have three dependents. PMD Click, of course, I want them to be handed a legacy that they can basically build off of. I am an athlete. I feel like once an athlete, always an athlete. And I ran 4x1 and 4x4 where you have to pass off a baton in track and field. And so when I pass off the baton to them, I want them to be ahead of the game. I want them to have an appropriate technique when handing off the baton in a way that they know not to drop it. Like you can't hand it off to your children without making sure that their hand is actually around the baton. It's your responsibility to make sure that there's a safe and efficient pass. And I feel like my mom did that for me. You know, she was the first one in her family to actually go to college. So she went from picking peas and tobacco and okra and all those things in the field before school and after school in Pelham, Georgia. She made her way to Florida A&M University. And after having her first child, she received a business degree from Florida A&M. So I feel like she made sure I had the baton in my hand so that I could run that curve really hard. And that's what I'm continuing to do for my whys, which happen to be myself, again, fulfilling my destiny, my seeds, PMD Click, and my family. I come from a very, very, very tight, like close-knit family. And I feel like if one of us can get on, then all of us can, because my family, there's so many of us that are talented. We all have a talent. It's just, it takes resources. And coming from where we come from, we don't necessarily have direct access to those resources. So I'm working hard to make sure that I can provide them with that. So my wives, myself, PMD, and my extended family.
Dopeness at its finest. That concept of passing the baton forward is an amazing concept. A lot of times, you know, especially in our communities, we have to start over when our parents
Mm-hmm.
transition. We have to start over, and we don't have a legacy to pass down. So it is very vital and very critical that we begin this mindset of wealth transference and passing down
Yep.
legacies to our seeds, so they don't have to start at zero. They can start on the second leg or the third leg or the fourth leg, but not at the finish line again. So I greatly appreciate that, good man. All right.
Thank you.
Step number two of solving the Rubik's Cube. Step number two of solving your life is to step three. I'm sorry, one step three. Step three is
Free.
filling in your corners. Step three is filling in your corners. Filling in your corners means to surround yourself with people who will push you and motivate you to be the best version of yourself. So,
Mm.
AP, how do you fill in your corners? What kind of people do you hang around? What kind of environment do you immerse yourself in? Like, what is your inner circle look like?
Oh, my inner circle looks pretty dope, and I mean more dope than the crack epidemic in the '80s.
Come on, AP.
Um, my mom, I'm an '80s baby, so I had to. I mean, that may not
Oh,
have
wait,
been
don't
the
even
best
know it.
thing, but I'm just saying it may not have been the best thing, but I do feel like some miracles was made out of that time. Peaceful and positive people. If you bring any type of drama, any type of negativity in my life, then I have to love you from a distance, from arm's distance. And sometimes those negative people serve well in your life. They help you to identify things that you need to rectify within yourself. So I appreciate them. But my close-knit circle, like you, my accountability partner, not to sound redundant, but my mother and my brother, we speak every single day. My aunties, Auntie Bree, Auntie Vaughn, Auntie Gail, Auntie Pookie, all y'all, like they check on me. They tell me all the time that they're so proud of me. I call my Auntie Bree my auntie soulmate, because she can feel when I'm sad, or she can feel when I'm overwhelmed, and she'll send me a text message and she'll say, Jian, what's wrong with you? Or I had a dream, what's going on? And I make sure to keep those people close to me. My friends, Janelle Robinson, Adrian Bate, April, those people make sure that they keep me on my toes, aggravate me to the degree to make sure that I'm a lot more precise and efficient than what I'm presenting to be. And I love them for that. I give them attitude about it, but I love them for that. So with that being said, even though everyone that I named, my dad, he's been a huge influence in my life. He's a very peaceful person, huge heart. He's a gardener or a farm, he grew up on a tobacco farm as well. So people like that, that's who I surround myself with. People who are willing to be, this is important as well, open-minded, life learners, and not just life learners in their expert field, but they want to learn about new things. I surround myself with people that are genuine and compassionate, and most importantly, forgiving. Those people are extremely important, So I'm going to say peaceful and positive ones that are always motivated and working hard, no matter what area it is in. They are grinders, but not grinding themselves from a big piece of iron to like a fine, needle, not to that point, unless they need to be precise in that way. But people that are health conscious, people that are family oriented. I can keep going about my circle, but that's who I hang around. I hang around people with those types of attributes.
That's what's up. Yeah, it's an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to serve as your accountability partner. I know you keep me on my toes. We got this steel sharp steel type thing going on. So
yeah.
So we talked about the people in your life. Now we got to feed out the same way we feed our bodies healthy foods. You're big on this. How do you feed your mind? What do you feed in your spirit, and what do you feed in your mental to ensure that you have a positive outlook on life?
Well, I feel like Big Crit said, I went without until I went within. So before I take on anything external, I try to go within myself, because I do feel like the answer is within me. Everything starts within me in order to move forward as my authentic self. So with that being said, how do I get better? I always go inside to self-reflect to see how I need to move forward. And then once that answer surfaces for me, then I move forward with either ingesting certain types of books. Right now, which is a pretty long, thorough read, I'm reading Mastery by Robert Greene. I'm reading Life is Like a Rubik's Cube. Your book is really, really dope. I'm rereading my book because I wrote it to help me to continue to get through certain times in my life so that I can focus on the lesson. I listen to motivational speeches. You know this, and people that know me well, Eric Thomas is by far my most favorite. The hip hop preacher is my favorite motivational speaker. In addition to Lisa Nichols, I dig her motivation for the masses, or motivating the masses. She speaks a different energy than ET, but I make sure that I'm listening to her. I listen to Denzel and Steve Harvey. I listen to a lot of hip hop, and majority of the hip hop, I would say 70% of the hip hop that I listen to is more conscious. So even though they may be speaking from their origins of growing up in the hood and having to sell certain things, over time the music is evolving. So they're talking about taking nothing and making something out of it. You know what I'm saying? So I listen to those types of the artists that present that type of music. I affirm myself. So if I'm feeling like not confident in the area, I make sure that I affirm myself so that I can attract people who are going to say some of the same things. I will attract some of the material that will help me to continue affirming myself in that area. So that's what besides just healthy food, those are the healthy things that I put inside of my mind, my body, and my spirit.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So 70% conscious route and 30% ratchet route.
30% ratchet. Like today,
Find a good balance.
I was running, I was listening to City Girls, and I couldn't get through the whole album. It's their latest album that dropped in June. But I wanted to give them their spin because I'm a Black female. I know how it is, being a person in your career, in your business. And that would be considered ratchet. I couldn't make it through it. So I changed to Talib Kweli just to get by. And then some other stuff that was similar to that Talib I started to listen to finish out that run. So yeah, 70% conscious, 30% ratchet.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. We gotta have equal good balance and stuff. So step 4, after you fill in your corners, after you solve your cross, and after you believe, step 4 of solving the Rubik's Cube, step 4 of solving life is to take it to the next level. Now, taking it to the next level is to continue to grow, continue to get better, always make it a mission to become a better version of yourself. I know you're a big proponent in that. But AP, how do you grow? How do you get better? And how do you develop your mental, your spiritual, and your physical by advancing you and taking you to a higher place in life?
Trying to make sure that I go harder the next day than I did the day before. Always doing my best. I believe that's one of the 7 spiritual laws of success, or either the 4 agreements. One of those, to always do my best. And that's going to be different in whatever time or space you're in. By having the vision with the goals, with our 2020 Visionary Series, which we need to do a session, or we are doing a workshop next week that we need to start advertising for. But, with the 2020 Visionary Series, we've been talking about since January, having that vision, having those goals to get you towards the vision, having those little objectives that help you work towards the goal each day. And then the action steps are what you're actually doing to accomplish the objective. Making sure that I'm looking at that every day, so that at the end of the day, I can complete a daily assessment, which means at the end of 7 days or 6 days, I can complete a weekly assessment, and then I do a monthly assessment, and I keep going. This is going to make sure that I continue to be dedicated, and that I'm consistent. There are 3 things that help us to manifest a thing. So if you have a dream or a vision, in order to manifest it, first it starts with thought. That's when you think of this idea, ooh, I can do this. And as long as it's aligned with your passion and your purpose, you're going to have the energy behind it to help it go forward, right? The next thing is words, right? You have a thought, you speak that thought. So you put it out into the atmosphere, you put it into the universe for other people to receive it. And there's a scripture that talks about, my word it won't return void. Well, my word won't return void. Your word won't return void. Something's going to happen because you put it out into the space, and somebody, even if it's one person, is going to receive it and be able to build on top of that. And then the next thing is action. So if I have a thought, I speak the word, which could be you writing it down or you affirming, and then I follow up with action, which are my action steps, then there's going to be a change. There's going to be a shift. There's going to be some type of product that comes into fruition. So in order for me to keep moving forward and to work towards my vision and to keep getting better, I make sure that I operate via the laws of manifestation. I make sure that I work harder the next day than I did the day before. And I also make sure that I continue to believe in myself and that I focus on the vision, the goals, the objectives, and the action steps.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Get better than the day before. Do more work than the day before. I've been on this challenge of my mastermind brothers, and now we have this challenge this month of just simply called the 2% better challenge. We want to get 2% better every single day. So I can attest to the words of getting better. All right. Now, after you believe, after you solve your cross, after you fill in your corners, and after you take it to the next level, the 5th and the final step of solving the Rubik's Cube, the 5th and the final step of solving your life is to see the bigger picture, which means to keep your commitment to your commitments. AP, how do you keep your commitment to your commitments? What trials and tribulations have you had to overcome that you thought were going to break you, but you pushed through it, and now you look back on those times and you reflect, and you're like, I'm glad I went through that. That made me a better person. I'm a different kind of person. I've elevated to a higher level. And So how do you keep your commitment to your commitments?
Keeping my commitments to my commitments is think about my mama and everything that my mom and my dad and everything they sacrificed in order for me to be where I am today. I feel like it's my obligation to make sure that all that hard work that they've put into making sure that we are who we are, I can give it back to them. I want them to live a happy retirement without having to spend a lot of money. I want to do not spending. I want to do the investing in them because they've invested so much in me. Looking at the PMD click, I want them to be entrepreneurs as children. Like little Philip, I'm working towards him having a hustle. He started selling candy. Stop that, but now we're going to move into something else, and hopefully Miles will learn from him as a sibling or peer and want to do something as well so that they can already be business minded, and then Duke can follow suit. Shifting to what have I learned the most from? I'm divorced, so I would say my divorce, and shout out to Philip Stewart, who's a wonderful father. That experience in itself was the most beautiful and the worst thing that I've been through in my life. It actually taught me that it taught me who I am. It taught me how to self-reflect. It taught me how to accept fault and not always point the other finger. It taught me how to improve communication between two people, regardless of if it's on the intimate level, a business level, a colleague level. It doesn't matter. It just taught me how to complete crucial conversations, and that's the actual book. So that experience in itself it taught me how to shift my perspective. It really did. I stopped blaming other people and I looked at myself for the blame and just went into how I can change myself internally. Start with myself. You always start with self. You always start at home base before you go to first base, second base, third base, and then you got to come back home even after you've gone to first, second, and third. You always got to come back home. So it starts at home and it ends at home. You know what I'm saying? And home is you. Home is internal. So how do I keep going? Thinking about my mom and my dad, my brother. Thinking about PMD Click, what has helped me to get to where I am, to become a better person, becoming a person who's divorced, which was the most beautiful and the worst thing that I've ever gone through in my life, but I wouldn't change it for the world because it's made me a better person. It's made me a better parent. It's made me a better partner, a better co-parent, and I'm hoping a better human becoming, as you would say, not human being, but human becoming. So.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. I read a quote. It said that we don't grow up. We're not full adults until we begin to take full responsibilities for everything that happens in our life. And I remember going to college, and I went to FAMU. I had a full ride scholarship to go to Howard University, and I went to FAMU. At the time, this was a crazy decision. I went to FAMU, and I was blaming people. It was like I was pointing the fingers, not accepting responsibilities. And at that same time, I was a failure in life. I was a failure in my career, in every aspect of my life. I was a failure. But until I took full responsibility, that's when that changed. And I'm so proud of the decisions that I've made and the adjustments that I've made and the progressions that I've made. But it is so crazy when you begin to stop pointing fingers at people. It's like I'm fully responsible for every aspect of my life. It's going to change your whole perspective, and it's going to shift you into a new era. So thank you for that tip.
Yeah, and I want to add, based on what you just said, it so much shifts when you accept fault for based on what has occurred. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that you're going to be a victim and always say, oh my gosh, it's my fault. No. What have I done in order for the outcome of this experience to be what it is right now? And then what can I do to change it? And that changes so much in healing relationships, how you address or how you start other relationships, be it friendships, intimate relationship, business partnerships. It's always best to start with self in terms of fault, but I feel like you definitely have to go through a life-changing experience in order to even think about accepting that approach. And you have to reach a certain level of healing too. You can't continue to have this victim mentality. You have to take on being a conqueror and being a person to address everything, regardless of if you got to address it by yourself or not. You have to be willing to move forward without closure, because a lot of people, they need closure in order to heal, in order to move forward, in order to improve. But you can get closure yourself by going inside. You know, you can close things off with yourself. And actually, when that happens, or when I've done that, the people that I wanted closure from, that I decided I no longer needed that closure, they always come back, and I'm able to get that closure. Why? Because I started with myself. Anything that you want to accomplish in life, anything that you want in someone else, you have to exude those qualities and characteristics yourself, so that you can attract those people. Like energy attracts like energy. So if you don't have that same energy or those characteristics that you desire, then you're not going to attract that in anyone else or in anything. So you always got to start with self.
Exactly. Yep. So after you complete the 5 steps of solving the Rubik's Cube, believe, solve your cross, fill in your corners, take it to the next level, and see the bigger picture, you have officially solved your Rubik's Cube. Now, there's a bonus step. Don't take the stickers off the Rubik's Cube. Now, taking the stickers off the Rubik's Cube will ruin your Rubik's Cube. Now, taking the stickers off life will ruin your life. So, are there any shortcuts, or any shortcuts that you've taken, that you made and you regret it and you learned from those mistakes? Or are there any shortcuts that you could potentially take? Just choose not to do it because you got to stay committed to the steps to solving the Rubik's Cube.
That's a loaded question, Derek. I would say shortcuts in the past, yes. I can't really think of any right now, because just naturally, I've been a person that I've had to take the hard road just to learn a lesson. Even if a million people say, Jian, do it this way because it's easy, I'm like, no, I just feel like I need to take this long way around because
Just touch the stove for yourself. I just want to burn my hand just to see what it feels like.
Right. That has been me. My friends tell me all the time, you just got to do it the hard way. I don't know why. And I've tried to, do it other ways, but I feel like I'm just cutting myself short. I really do. So to be honest, it's part of my personality just to kind of do it the way, or take the journey that includes more processes. Can I take, or are there any shortcuts that I can take in the future? My goal is to have the transformation place, an actual site. I said this earlier, actual site, affiliating sites, and then on social media. Being a transformation coach, mind, body, and spirit, I'm looking at different areas. That's the mental aspect, spiritual aspect, social aspect, and there's 2 other aspects. With using social media as a platform and being a wellness person, which there's a fitness or physical aspect to that. In order to get more followers, there's a way that I can get more followers. I can pay for followers. I can post a lot of revealing photos, or I can do things that are going to attract the eye. But I'm not willing to do that. Nothing against people that do that. I actually dig them, and I follow some people that actually implement that type of method. But for me, it's truly about transformation. I'm trying to assist people with body image issues, with other issues that we really have to dig deep to attack and to address. So it's not a part of my values to take those sort of shortcuts. And so I am going to really truly get it out the mud in terms of followers and becoming an influencer. It's not just about the followers, it's about the influence. And with influence, you're able to get more resources to reach more people. And that's the goal for me, desiring more followers, just to get the resource piece. But I'm truly going to avoid the shortcuts of lowering my standards and my values in order to, get somewhere faster. Nah, I'm gonna get it out the mud, and I'm gonna stay true to my mission and my vision of Jian Jones LLC and Press and Fly. Plus, I have 3 little boys. I don't want Philip and Miles going to school and people, saying little things. Right. So I'm definitely avoiding those shortcuts, and I'm faithful that everything will work out exactly how it's supposed to be. I am exactly where I'm supposed to be right now, and will always be where I'm supposed to be, because that's just how the universe is.
Exactly. Big Crit, my favorite artist. He says, on the "It's Better This Way" album, it's better this way. So he talk about, the beauty in the struggle. There is beauty in the struggle, and you learn so much in the process of chasing success. And you don't, when it's given to you, you can't really appreciate it. But when you grind
Right.
it out and you hustle for it and you gotta, it's a dog fight to get your success, man. The harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. You can
Right.
appreciate it a lot more greater than that. So thank you for them tips, them
Exactly.
lessons, and them gems you've been dropping.
I appreciate your tips and the questions to help me, guide through these questions. I really appreciate it. This is a
Yeah,
very
yeah,
dope concept, Derek. I'm extremely proud to know you and to be associated with you as an accountability partner. Solve It Sundays, I feel is going to be something very, very big for you. Your concept or the metaphor that you use with the Rubik's Cube has truly helped me and inspired me to improve my practice as a wellness expert. I'm always thinking about the twists and turns of life and how I can, complete or use transfer learning from that aspect to the business aspect or towards the school aspect. So I just want to encourage you to keep grinding. If at any time you ever feel down or like you tired, just dig deep, listen to a motivational speech, look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you can do it. And as you said, you and your mastermind group, 2% better, just tell yourself 2% better. I hope I say this right. In 50 days, that means that you'll be like 100% better, right?
Hey, that's the concept. That's the concept. I got to give a shout out to my mastermind brother Jacob. He posted the 2%. And then he also commented, start with self, like energy attracts. So we've already, grounded in these concepts, and what we've done. Well, first of all, thank you for the blessings on Life is Like a Rubik's Cube and Solid Sundays. I wholeheartedly received it. This is my baby, so right now, we're in the infancy stages. So I'm trying to grow this thing up and see it to graduation, and see it to college, and see it to a fruitful career. So thank you for that.
You
Um,
welcome.
AP man, we've officially solved our Rubik's cube. We've officially solved our Rubik's cube on Solve It
So
Sundays. Do you have first? I should have had you solving the Rubik's cube because you're a Rubik's cube solver
you
yourself.
should have. Thanks to you. I
Um,
appreciate those lessons.
yeah, 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 yeah. Do you have any lasting words that you would like to impart? I think when you got somebody of your stature on, we got to take advantage. Are there any other gems that you just want to drop for us to pick up?
Um, I may have said it already. Everybody was born with a gift. Everyone was born with a purpose. If it seems unorthodox, it was just meant to be unorthodox to reach unorthodox people. If it's something that's plain and simple, it's meant to be plain and simple to reach plain and simple people. Don't try to do anything outside of who you are. When you're starting out, your purpose is your purpose. Your journey is your journey. Be confident in who you are. Accept who you are first and foremost, because there's nobody else in the world, in the universe like you. So we all need you to birth what it is that has been placed upon you, within you, around you. And we may be going through a rough time and we need your product, or we need your word, or we need your voice. And because you are afraid to step out, I don't have it, or Derek doesn't have it, or the next person doesn't have it. So move forward with whatever the creator has placed upon you or within you to actually give to the world. As part of your legacy, is how you leave your footprint. Believe in yourself and make sure you press and fly. Press through your obstacles so that you can fly towards your destiny.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Y'all, there it is. Jian Jones, a lot of accolades behind her name. The true definition of beast mode. Again, thank you for joining us on Solid Sundays from the top of my heart to the bottom of my soul. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me. It is an absolute honor to be a guest. I appreciate it.
You gave us a thumbs up, so thank you for tuning in. All right, good
Thank
people.
you.
Y'all be blessed like a sneeze. Be great like the lakes. Peace.